Welcome to Ports and Palaces podcast. It is October 29th, and today we have a Disneyland trip report from the Pastula family.
Good morning, everyone. Like Chad said, we are going to be chatting with some lovely clients of mine. They went on a recent trip to Disneyland where they did Disneyland Halloween things. They did Oogie Boogie Bash. They stayed at the Grand Californian. And then they also did some things and events outside of the Disneyland resort property. So take a listen as we chat with them about their trip. Alrighty, so we have got Carmen and Maggie Pastula. They went to Disneyland just a little bit ago, and they're going to tell us about their trip.
Okay.
Say hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Okay. You guys had a lot that you guys did, so let's dive in. Let's start about your arrival day.
We did. Our arrival day, it was a little hectic. We did not plan to be up at 3 a.m. Texas time. We were up for well over 12 hours, but we got there. The flight was smooth. And then we immediately got to chill with some family. By the time we were able to check in, 3 o'clock p.m., we pulled up and it was just magical is I think the only way to describe it. We pulled in, there's people guiding us to where we needed to pull in to get our cars. We ended up choosing to do valet, and we had somebody take all of our baggage up to the room. Everybody was extremely friendly. This is something that my mom has wanted to do forever. She's always wanted to stay at the Grand Californian. And so everybody, I hung back with the gentleman that was helping load our baggage out of the car so I could take the ticket from him. And so I walked into the Grand Californian alone. And as soon as you walk in, there's these almost like stained glass doors of mountains and trees and a bear. And they just slowly open and you walk in, and I immediately started crying. Like I was so overwhelmed by all the beauty. It was very dim in there. They had it was just so much. There was a guy playing the piano. He was playing different Disney music. It just felt so surreal, and to the point to where my sister and her family were like, okay, go away. You're making us cry now. Like,
it's a big buildup. You plan for a long time, and then you're there.
Yeah.
You're like, oh my gosh.
It was so the first night we really didn't do too much. Once we got to the hotel, we checked in. Oh, that was the other thing. When we actually got to our rooms, do you want to talk about that? Do you want me to talk about that?
Getting up to the room, we get up there and it's like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I've ever stayed at a resort before. I think the closest I've ever come is staying on Mackinac Island. And it was like just getting in there, seeing the robes hanging on the wall, just how nice everything looked. Shower. Oh my gosh, a shower. It was very nice.
The shower we had was the rain.
It was the rain. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we got a little spoiled. And then we opened up the curtains. They had on the TV, they had Welcome Pastula Family, with, music playing. And we opened up the curtains to outside in the balcony. And oh my gosh, I was just so, I'm getting all teary-eyed over it. It was actually the most perfect visual. It was like we got to see part of Disney. We could see part of we always call it Star Wars Land because I can't remember what the name of it is. We got to see space.
I get upset there.
No, it's Star Wars Land all the time.
Star Wars Land.
It's like, and I know it's got a specific name, and I love Star Wars, but it's like for the life of me, I can't remember the name of it. We could see the tip of the Matterhorn, and it was just like, oh my gosh. And then we looked to the left, and there's, you could see a little bit of downtown Disney. And it was like in the mornings we could see the monorail go by, and it was just, it was so cool. And we got to actually see the fireworks. And
from our balcony.
And that was that was one of the reasons why I wanted to stay at the Grand Californian, because I'm like, oh my gosh, you can see the fireworks on the on the balcony windows, you know, the doors and all that. And I was like, one of these years, I want to do this. And so we did. And fun fact is that you can actually listen to the music that they're playing for the fireworks in your room on the TV. So,
okay.
Yeah. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah. Cause Sunday
I
night.
knew they did it like in a balcony, but I didn't know they pumped it into your room. That's pretty cool.
See, I didn't know that either. That was something I figured, okay, we'll just be able to see the fireworks and not really hear it. But yeah, they pumped the whole thing, you know, from the start to the finish.
So that also means if you have a balcony view of World of Color in California Adventures, they have the soundtrack for that. So that way you can watch it from your balcony there. That was not our view. We were happy with our view, but yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool. And then I had that you guys were going to go to a school reunion. Did that happen?
Yes. I was the only one because they were all tired. I don't know why, being up at 3 a.m. Well, before 3 a.m.
Push through.
Whips. No, I ended up going to my high school reunion, which was really fun. One of my classmates, she opened up a little coffee shop in Downey, Bellflower area, and it's called Petaqua, I think. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. But oh my gosh, her food, she has won like blue ribbons and stuff like that at county fairs for her bake stuff. So, you know, that's where we had our reunion. We had barbecue and stuff like that, and everything was really good. I even got this drink that was a apple.
It was an apple pie frap.
Yeah. Frap. And oh my gosh, I told Carmen when I got home, they were all asleep. And I said, they had like some kind of crumb at the bottom. And I'm sitting there tapping the bottom of the cup.
Get it down.
To get it all out. But yeah, it was really good. But yeah, no. So like I said, by the time that I got home, they were already knocked out. Cause when I left, they were going to grab something to eat. So, and I think they went to the Craftsman Grill.
Yeah, we went to the Craftsman Grill. Everybody was raving about how great it was. Our experience, it was not our favorite restaurant. The service was extremely slow. So it wasn't a place that I would recommend to other people. I think that there are other restaurants with better quality flavor and food. Service is a little bit faster, but it was always crowded. So that could have just been an us thing. But yeah, that's not my favorite place, but it was nice to kind of wind down. They kept playing a lot of Halloween Disney music. So we heard This Is Halloween instrumental like 3 different times while we were there. I was not upset at that. But the service, I mean, everybody was extremely sweet while we were there. So that's what we did. And then we all went up to our rooms and just knocked out so we could be ready, because the next day, that was our early entry into Disney California Adventures, and we wanted to make sure we were rested enough. So,
Now, did y'all get connected rooms?
Yes, that was the best. We actually want to do this again in 5 years and make sure that we have the same rooms.
Okay.
There you go.
Just do that room number, and I'll call it in. I'll be like, these exact rooms.
These exact rooms. Kirsten, you're magical.
Was it the layout of the rooms, or was it the view from the balcony?
I think it was the view, it was the fact that they were connected. That was a huge huge help, because Anna did end up getting sick during the week, but we'll get into that later. So we took advantage of the balcony so much so that on Tuesday while we were there, it had poured down rain, and Tuesday night I knew I wanted to roll out the cushions, get as much water out of the cushions. Come Wednesday, they were still soaked. And so I went up to the concierge desk and said, hey, by any chance, can I get these replaced? And the gentleman that was helping me was like, I've worked here 11 years and I've never been asked that. I'm very impressed by that question.
It's important.
It is. Yes. It was, because mine was sopping. I mean, I put it on its side and water just kept dripping off of mine. And I was like, okay. But
were you able to get them replaced?
I don't think they were. I know he didn't know if that could happen or not. He wrote into the computer to one of the maids to replace them, and he did a call. But I know that by the time I had asked, it was later in the day. And so it did not get done. Luckily, the cushions were not sopping wet the next day, so it wasn't as big of an issue. If it would have been, I would have tried again. But
yeah, I think one of the other things too is when we first got into our room, the phone wasn't working for us. So Carmen, I think she had to say twice.
Yeah.
I think that was one of the downsides to it, was twice she had to say something about the phone not working for them to finally get the phone to start working.
Yeah. For that much money, you want really quick service.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Especially with room service too.
Right.
Yes.
Exactly. So, but we woke up early Sunday morning. It was just Carmen and I, actually. Ashley, Angel, and Anna, they were a little bit slower, which I'm like, okay, no biggie. You know, you guys were up early and
You got a baby.
You got a baby. And my sister also, she lives out there and she was meeting us. So we were able to get in early. It was trying to figure everything out, I think, for us. And you could tell us every single day what we need to do. But both of us we're the kind of learners where we have to physically do it in order to be like, got it now.
Right.
You know, so we didn't realize, you may have said it, but we didn't realize that we had to check in, because they go, you have to go this way. You know, if this is where you want to go, you have to go this way. You have to check in. And
If
we're
you're
like,
a hotel guest, or if you're just early.
And we didn't understand that. And it was like, what do you mean we got to check in? You know, and, but we were able to get on one ride before everybody joined us. So it was kind of cool being in the park early. We weren't there exactly when it opened. I think we got in at 7:45 and it opened at 7:30. So area that we went into, which, oh my gosh, we loved, we'd actually cheat and take that to get into Disney instead of going through downtown Disney. We just like go through California and bop right across. So
Oh, that's smart. That's smart.
It was so cool. It was that, I think, was one of the best things for me too, is like, oh my gosh, we can just get right into California Adventures from here. You know, but
they did have a lot of the Oogie Boogie things already set up. And so I was not able to go. We did ask the front desk if they had any extra tickets, and they said they stopped doing that 4 years ago.
They haven't had many to sell extra. They haven't had any extra for 4 years now.
So but it was kind of cool for me, because I was able to see some of the they're not, I guess, a backdrop, for lack of better words. They were around the park, so when we did get to go through, we got to see some of the Oogie Boogie things that were going to be there, and I didn't get to see the full effect, but getting to see a piece of it was pretty cool. So
Next time.
And hopefully with Anna being a little bit older, it'll be a little bit better. But yeah, no, it was really cool being in there the first time, just like, because we walked in and there was like nobody in that area. It's the Grizzly area. And so, I mean, like, we were taking pictures and it's like, look at us. We're something special.
That was the coolest part, was getting pictures without a crowd of people behind you.
Yes.
So I think that was a highlight Sunday morning.
Yeah. So it was pretty cool. So we did ride, of course, Little Mermaid ride, which is, you know, my favorite. But, and then everybody slowly started coming. And because I'm military and I bought the military tickets, I actually had to show my ID the first time they come in. So we had to go meet them, you know, at the areas that they came in, so that they could get in with their tickets. So, yeah. So that was the downside, is everybody wasn't there at, you know, the same time.
So you had to go back and forth.
Yeah. So our first day, even though we had fun, it was kind of a learning day for us, because it was like with the lightning lane.
We did not use it at all.
We didn't use it. I think we used it once that day.
Maybe.
And it was for one.
There was some issues. You guys were texting me about Angel.
Yes.
Trying to get him hooked in.
Right. There was that. And, you know, and then we had planned for the the cantina. And we lost track of time, because waiting for everybody to come and everything like that, it was like, we're like, oh, we're getting hungry. You know, let's go eat. And I'm like, oh my gosh.
If we go eat now, we're not going to make that reservation.
Right.
So, which I don't know if I got dinged on that, because I didn't see anything get charged to that. So
sometimes they don't.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. We could risk it, because
and I'm like, that was my fault, because I wasn't paying attention at the time, because of just everybody getting there when they did. And, you know, usually I'm better about that. Yeah. But it was good. We ended up going to downtown Disney for lunch.
It was at some marketplace. I don't remember the name of it. I'll pull it up real quickly.
It's the newer place that's at the west end of downtown Disney. And it has like all these restaurants in one. So like you could get chicken sandwiches, you could get Asian food, you could get
okay, hold on.
there's a bar upstairs. That was really cool. I got a chicken with broccoli bowl with rice, and vegetables, and it was a teriyaki.
The name of it is Vista Parkside Market.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I was thinking something with a V, like violets, but I knew that was right.
Yes. That was good.
Yeah.
The food was delicious.
My food was really good. I believe my sister enjoyed what she ordered. And we ended up going upstairs because the bottom part was full, and they have it open to the west, and it's overlooking like there's a
like a grassy field where they'll have the stage set for performers to perform and run around. They actually had a band playing there, so we got to listen to not only the restaurant's music, but we also got to hear their music down below, which was pretty cool.
Yeah,
That's cool.
So that was really nice. That was really, it was like, God, this is kind of nice.
Cool.
It was just being able to have not the heat coming at you, but this cool air blowing at you. So that's what we ended up doing on Sunday. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I will say, so we actually did park hop. My sister, her family, and I, we all went over to Disneyland. My mom and my aunt went up to the hotel to kind of show my aunt around, and we happened to hit Disneyland at the right time because the band was marching through, and I've heard the band before, but I didn't know the characters traveled with them. And so Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse were dressed in their Halloween costumes, and you're hearing the band play This Is Halloween, and they're doing like these zombie dances. And we were just, we just crossed the street to go to Frontierland. We hear them coming, so we stop at the edge of the street, and we're just watching, and it was just so cool to listen to it. We were not able to catch it again. We just didn't hit them at the right time. But I kept trying to tell my mom about it. Like, you missed this. Luckily I was able to get it on video, but that was so cool.
Yeah.
So then did you guys end the day at Disneyland?
We did, because the last ride we rode,
I know we went on Haunted Mansion.
We did get to go on Haunted Mansion. And then the ride we ended on was the Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Train Wreck.
Yeah, Runaway Railway. Yeah.
That was fun.
So this is Anna's first time at a theme park. She's my 2-year-old niece, and we were all more watching her reactions to everything. So we enjoyed the ride, but not as much as if we were actually paying attention to the ride. We had no idea what was going to happen. So we're watching Anna, making sure she's okay, and you're kind of, because there's no tracks. Like visible tracks the ride is on, and so you're getting spun around and you see all these things on the wall. I ended up riding it again later in the week, and I was like, oh my gosh, this ride is actually really cool.
That's one of our favorites.
It's just like the Luigi dancing one, so
yes,
it's similar to that one, which I'm like going, okay, I love the Luigi one, but we didn't go on that one.
We did not.
We didn't do that
one. Timing, the first time we went, they weren't, everything was starting to shut down, and I think they were getting ready for Oogie Boogie. And then, or I don't even know if that was the reason, but we just kept missing them, and by the time it was up, it was too long of a line, and we're like, we'll catch it next time.
Yeah.
That's the tricky one between that and Mater's. They don't do a lightning lane.
Yeah.
So if you can't catch it, it's too long.
And it's because it was like an hour wait, and I was like, no.
That ride.
But we did end up getting hungry after that ride, and so we were like trying to find some place to eat. Well, every place was full, and it was like, we're just going to go back to the hotel. We did end up not staying for the fireworks.
Okay.
And I know that you probably said the Plaza Inn has reservations now, and I didn't click in my head. So next time we are definitely doing reservations with Plaza Inn.
But it only pertained to just fireworks. They take reservations all day.
Yeah.
So you get in. That I don't think we fully understood. So that kind of bumps us out.
Yeah, and that's not on you, that's on us.
100%.
But yeah, no, it was kind of it was probably for the best too, because I think the fireworks probably would have been too loud for Anna, because I don't think they brought her earmuffs or anything like that, so, or her ear things.
The first night we were on the balcony, Mom was sitting there watching them. I was holding Anna, and I ended up, she didn't want to be out on the balcony. And so I had to pull her into the hotel. So we're standing in the door frame of the balcony, and she was okay with that. And then the next time we saw the fireworks on the balcony again, we reversed so that way I could be on the balcony. She could hold Anna.
So, and one thing we didn't know because of Columbus Day, is that they actually did fireworks that night too. So,
yes.
Yeah, and we didn't know that, so we missed it. Well, I missed it because I knocked out. I was exhausted.
It was your night to be exhausted.
It was my night to be exhausted. Everything caught up to me.
Yep.
So yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, I'm going through my pictures. We forgot to say that the Grand Californian actually had a display where it was Jack and Sally on their little hill, and it was out of all food. And so that was pretty incredible. And on the other side, they had Oogie Boogie. And so one of the days that we got up early, I got to get my pictures taken with them. They had Jack Skellington's laboratory set up. And so those little bits
extras,
just made it that much more magical staying there. And it really did. As much as I don't like Halloween, this trip made me like Halloween a little bit more.
I was going to ask, are you a convert?
I wouldn't say no. I did really, because I'm actually read a book that was called Long Live the Pumpkin Queen, and it's based on what happens after the movie. And so I was reading that novel, and so I was already in that Halloween mode, and then you're hearing this is Halloween everywhere, and you're seeing it, and it made me, like, as soon as I got home, I'm like, we are watching The Nightmare Before Christmas, because I need it.
Yeah. And something else that was on outside our patio was Pluto, and it's over there. Oh God, like in this one pool area that they have in downtown Disney by the fountain. And it had Halloween time, and I'm like going, what's wrong with this? What's missing? And I'm like, the M is missing, but where is it? And then you look down, and Pluto's got the M in his mouth. He's holding a pumpkin, and I was like, oh my God, that's so cute. So that was something else we'd always look at. It's like, oh.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I told you when we met last time, our daughter is all about Halloween. I'm just not. But there's something about being there at Halloween, like, I like this. When I get home, it's Christmas. But here, I'll take Halloween.
Yes. Yeah.
And that's kind of how I felt, whereas I was like, here, I will happily do it. I kept singing This Is Halloween, because there was one day at the park where I was by myself, and I'm just walking down the street, jamming out. People were probably looking at me all weird because I'm doing the voices and the animation with my body. Like I went full out.
You got to do it.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
So,
okay. The next morning was your princess breakfast adventure.
Yes.
How was that?
There are no words to describe. I originally wasn't going to go because of the price. I am so glad I went, because my 2-year-old niece loves the princesses, and her family actually got her a Snow White dress. And so they kind of revealed her in the hotel room, like, okay, she's ready. We come in and we're like, oh, such a pretty princess. And she's standing there and just smiling, and she's just soaking up that attention. We ended up getting down to the room, which is in a different place than it normally is. We were just, my eyes started to tear up instantly when we walked in, because it's just breathtaking. You see all the tables just completely made. It's very beautiful. The music was very calming. We were one of the earlier people, so we didn't see a lot of the princesses walking around, which I think that made the experience a little bit better, as you're not walking into a room full of people talking. You just kind of calmly get to go in there. Our waiter's name was Mickey, and he was fantastic.
He was awesome.
A guy named Mickey.
Yeah.
Man.
He
No
was
choice.
jokes about it too.
Yeah.
No, it was phenomenal. They brought out the food because they bring out a little 3-tiered tray of just appetizers. And all of the food was themed by one of the princesses or companions, somebody. And so when the tray's brought out to you, they're saying one of the things was the gray stuff. I don't know what it actually was. It was in a little chocolate bowl.
Oh my gosh.
Whatever it was, it was delicious.
It was good.
But they were explaining which princess these food came from, who made it. It was just, we had beignets from Tiana.
Mhm.
What else? We had some Nutella crepes. I don't remember who did those.
I don't remember either who did that.
But they had like little lobster bites.
It could have been
from Chef
Ratatouille or
Louis.
something like that. Yeah, Chef Louis did, everything was really good. We are not fish eaters. It's very rare if we eat fish. I will try something. And I did try the lobster one, and it was good. It was really good. She didn't like it because of the texture of the lobster, but I thought it was really good.
Our favorite part, absolutely. And I will always explain it like this. The first princess, and she was by far our favorite, Princess Aurora, walked by to the table, instantly saw Anna, got straight down to her level, and started talking to her. And Anna just was like, yep, you're here to see me. I'm going to be like, this is my day. It was the cutest thing. And the princesses treated her like she was the person they were there to see. And it was
supposed to be there.
Exactly.
Yes.
And it was just so magical. Princess Aurora is actually my sister's favorite princess. So watching her favorite princess interact with her daughter, my sister was bawling. Her face was red. She couldn't stop crying. It was just truly the most magical moment of that breakfast. It was just so cool. The fact that Anna kept making eye contact with Aurora as she walked around, she ended up stopping by again to come talk to Anna again.
Aww.
She was awesome. She was awesome.
She was great. Princess Ariel was another one that was
Yes.
had conversations with us. Even the princesses she wasn't really familiar with, she was engaging with them, but you could tell her favorites were Princess Aurora and Ariel. So yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was. It was really interesting. Yeah, when Ashley cried, that's when I was like, oh God, I'm gone.
One goes, you all go.
Yeah, exactly.
The inner child in us all just came out, and we were like, they're princesses. And
yeah. But it was the food was really good. I mean, it was like a buffet. So once they came and brought you, it was almost like an appetizer first, and then you go and get your breakfast foods and stuff like that. And then they took us out to go see Princess Tiana, who was out on the balcony. And then we signed where we were from and stuff. Hey, no. And then the end, it was like the desserts and stuff like that. But it was really good. In fact, I had run into a girl the day before, this little girl. They were going through security, and she was playing with this little cube that lights up. And I was like, what is that? And she goes, we just went to the princess breakfast. And she's telling me all that. And I was like, oh, we're going tomorrow. And she goes, oh, you got to get this drink. It's so good. It's called it's this pink drink. And I was like, okay. So
I will get the name.
when I talked to Nikki, I said, so there's this little girl, and she had this cube that lights up, and she said it's in the pink drink. And he goes, I'm not sure. I said, do you think what is it?
Is it? I think it's called Fearless Guardian.
Yeah, I think
it's
so.
got red passion fruit, strawberry puree, fresh lemon juice, and Sprite in it.
Yes.
Okay.
And so that's what I got. And I got the little ice cube that lights up. And Ashley, Ashley didn't want hers, so I took it. So Carmen has one.
They're very cool. They light up once they hit water.
Oh, do they?
Like,
these ones have like a little button?
Yes.
Okay. That's interesting. Okay.
Good to
They're
know.
the same ones that we usually get.
Yeah.
Like you have to turn them on, and then they have to get wet.
Okay. Okay. I know. Interesting.
Very
Yeah, because this
fun.
one changes different colors. It's like a pink, blue, and then it switches.
Okay.
It like does multi. So
Then maybe they are different. I think ours just
Yeah.
blink.
Okay, yeah, these were it was pretty cool. So I was like, yeah, I got something from the Princess Breakfast. So that was
Looking back now, was it worth the price?
Absolutely. It was. I know that you had mentioned that because it's not in its normal spot that we may not do all the normal things.
Mhm.
I don't know if they still do that. We did find out that they don't give gifts to the kids anymore. They give a
Okay.
card with the princess's signature and you get a little button. But as for gifts, they didn't do that. So there was
Oh.
nothing to give. And I don't know if that's they just stopped doing it entirely or if it's because of the renovation of the original room.
Okay.
So, but seeing the look on my niece's face, get so excited to see these princesses, automatically worth the money.
yes, yeah, yeah.
It was cool. And even Pocahontas, we were talking, Anna likes to howl. She loves dogs, loves dogs. And so Pocahontas was like, oh, she's like, you want to hear my animal noise? And she got down on the floor and made the noise of a bird. And all the surrounding tables were like flipping and pointing, like, listen to Pocahontas. So it was pretty cool to have those conversations with them and see the interactions that they would do. Even though Anna can't fully talk yet, they were still able to interact with her. And one of the things I was impressed with, usually with characters, you're not supposed to touch things on them. They don't really like that. But the princesses, Anna's fascinated with jewelry and crowns and anything that sparkles. And so the princesses, would let her touch their crowns or their jewelry. So that I think was really, really cool. Because I know that sometimes that's a line they don't cross. And the fact that they kind of let her see it a little bit was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then after that, you went to the Queen Mary, which
did.
seems a little bit of a adventure.
It was an adventure, all right.
If you choose to go on the Queen Mary, we highly recommend the guided tour because there's not a lot of signs to direct you where to go. It was very cool. And I think that had we been on the guided tour and had more of the educational side of it, we would have gotten a lot more from it. But we were walking around like, okay, are we allowed to be here? Where are we? And we tried to open doors and they were locked. So it just, going on your own, you really don't know what to do because there's not a lot of directions.
Right.
And there were even people behind us that were like, hey, have you seen this room or have you seen this spot? And we're like, we don't know.
Because when we first went in,
picturing
okay, you can go to this one, you can go to this room, and you can go to the boiler room. And we're like, okay, well, maybe when we get up there, it'll say where everything's at. It didn't, and it was like this, as most people know, the Queen Mary is haunted. It has, it's, oh my gosh, I think they said it docked in Long Beach, like in 67 or 68. And I myself have not been on it since maybe 40 some years ago. So I was a kid when I went on it. So even from that memory, I'm like, wow, this has really changed. Cause I remember there being like a petting pool or a touch tank. But I don't, it just seemed different. But it was still pretty cool. I will say it's not baby friendly.
It is not. There were no changing tables on the ship.
Yeah.
So we kind of had to use our stroller.
Yeah.
And, of course, you've been on a ship, so, they've got those tall, walkovers that you got to do. Taking a stroller on it is not ideal.
We should not.
Okay.
No. So, and there's also something else that's been added is they have the cruise ships that are docked over there as well.
Yes.
So, yeah. And like I said, it's been a while since I've been down there. It's like, so, the cruise ships weren't there the last time I was there. So you keep hearing this honk,
You're moving and grooving down there.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it was pretty cool. And I think if we would have done the guided tour, I think we would have gotten a lot more out of it than we did. But Angel did get a book that says what the hauntings are and why the ship is haunted. And one of them that he read was, all I know is he talked about a husband, a wife, and their kids. And there's something happened with him, and he ended up taking his family and killing them on the ship, and he killed himself. And they put him in the isolation room. And that is one of the rooms that is haunted. So I'm sitting there going, I'm sure when they were, traipsing sailors back and forth, for the war, that they never wanted to get in trouble because they didn't want to get stuck in the isolation ward.
Right.
So that was pretty interesting. And I did tell him, I said, I do want to read that book when you're done with it, because that
sounds intriguing.
yes. Yeah. So it was kind of nice to get back on there and just see it after, I hadn't been on it in a while.
Mm-hmm.
So
very cool. And what did you guys do? Oh, let me try that again. These double things. Let me try. So then what did you guys do that evening?
We got to go to the cemetery to pay respects to all of our ones that passed away. That was a priority on our list. So that was pretty cool to go see. And then after that, we knew that it was going to rain on Tuesday. So we were like, let's go to Target. Let's go grab some ponchos, umbrellas, whatever we need to be prepared. And we ended up grabbing In-N-Out for dinner. We waited in line forever, but we got back to the hotel and it was pretty good to eat, the In-N-Out. Yeah. We knew we were ready because we bought the ponchos and everything. And we even kept seeing, weeks prior, it should potentially rain either Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of our trip. And we didn't think to bring anything. So we ran errands that day and then had a chill night in the hotel rooms, eating In-N-Out and watching some TV. So yeah,
you probably needed it. It's a little break.
Yes,
we did. And it was probably great because Tuesday was the day that was our early entry into Disneyland. And it poured down rain. Now we have gone to Disney when it's rained before. We did this, over 10 years ago, and we had fun, but it was drizzly. So you were still getting soaked. But this, it would pour down rain and then you get a little break and then it would pour down rain again. And this wasn't weather that you really wanted to walk around in.
But we did.
I did. Because my dream, since I was a child, I was told if you stay on property and you get early entry into Disneyland, you get to ride Peter Pan first. So I got to live out my childhood dream. I was geeking out the entire time. Even the pictures my mom took of me, you can just tell. It was the little inner child in me that just was like, this is coming to fruition. I'm so excited. So we got to stand in the rain, and Mom and I were content. Ashley and Angel, they stayed up in the hotel room, waited for Anna to wake up to kind of see how the weather was going to be. But we got to ride Peter Pan. That was actually, I think, the day we got to ride the most rides because it was so rainy. We got to ride Peter Pan. We got to ride Haunted Mansion. We went and rode Tiana's Bayou.
We already went. Yeah. We literally got right on that ride. There was like nobody there.
It was less than 5-minute wait.
Yeah. And it was like, we're walking up, expecting a line. They're like, get in. And we're like, okay.
Nice.
So that was, I think that was the best part of that day. We rode Indiana Jones, Pirates. We did Pirates.
We rode Pirates.
So so it was like, we were like, boom, 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 just knocking them out because there wasn't much of a line. Yeah. So
right outside of the Pirates ride, there was actually a photo booth, and I'm sure they actually have characters that come to this, but it was the Nightmare Before Christmas scene of the hill that Jack and Sally stand on top of. And the hill's frozen over, and they had orange lights, and they had chandelier or what are candelabras? Is that what they're called? And pumpkins. So we got our selfies, or we got pictures taken in front of that. So that was something that we would have missed had we not walked over for shelter from the rain for a little bit
just to get it. Our hands were never dry. It was like, it was like they were just, and we did end up meeting Ashley and Angel and Anna, but it was raining so much that they went back to the hotel. And we ended up going back to the room after we had eaten because we went to the Hungry Bear Diner. Their food was so really good. Of course, we got chocolate because it was cold, and that's one of our favorite things to do.
There you go.
So it was a win-win. And then we ended up going back to the room to change, and kind of stay out for a little bit, and told Ashley and Angel, hey, if you guys want to go, you guys can go for a little bit. And that way, they can get into the park too. And was that the day that you went? No, it was the next day.
So we got to babysit for a little bit, dry off. They got to go explore a little bit. Not sure what they did.
I think they went to California Adventures because they wanted to go on one of Ashley's favorite rides is soaring over California.
Okay.
But it's now soaring over the world.
Over the world.
Yeah, they don't have the California one. But they went on that one. So that was one of the things.
Just a note for a future trip. It's during their food and wine festival, which is usually like March through early May, somewhere in that spring area.
Okay.
They do a food and wine festival and they bring back Soaring Over California. So just so you know.
To go. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's good to know.
And now they're doing a Soaring Over America.
I did say.
Yeah, she did say that. She did.
I want to go back next summer, and we don't have to do this massive trip again so soon. But I do want to go see Soaring Over America. I think that would be pretty cool.
It'll be at Disneyland and Disney World. So you tell me where you want to go, and we'll get you there.
Yes.
I know. I did tell them. I said I do want to take them to Disney World, but even Ashley, she goes, I think I'm content just seeing Disneyland. She goes, it's just everything is so remote. Everything is just right there.
And to be able to
It's very nice.
So much easier just being able to cross the street, you know.
That is nice.
Yeah.
But later that night. Oh,
Go ahead.
sorry.
I think I was going to ask. I had a note that Anna got sick this day.
Yeah. We ended up going out in the evening because it was, it had stopped raining. Well, something about Californian that most people don't know is when it rains and it's cold, it like gets in your bones. It's cold. It can get very cold out there. And that's what ended up happening. And I don't, she tends to run hot. And I think it was just one of those things where it's like they didn't have the right stuff for her to wear. She keeps fighting putting on jackets, but they ended up having to put it on. I think some of the rides that we took her on, because we went on Dumbo, we went on Alice in Wonderland, we did the teacups, all 5 of us. Yeah.
4 grown adults and a 2-year-old do not fit in one teacup. Don't do it. How they let us do that, I don't know. Just don't do it.
I'll get out of the way.
It was pretty fun.
That's not comfortable.
It was pretty funny. But yeah, I think it was too much cold air for her. And so, and she doesn't want to sleep because she wants to see everything that's going on. So she was probably tired.
She did not nap at all that trip. Like even taking her room to settle down for a little, she would not nap.
Wouldn't nap. So most kids, you see them in the stroller and they're napping, they're knocked out. Yeah, she's not that one.
Yeah.
She didn't.
Okay.
So Ashley and Angel ended up going on Pirates and Haunted Mansion, and we took her on the Winnie the Pooh ride, and then we were heading over to go see the parade, the night parade, or paint the night parade.
It's not missing.
So we're over there in the by It's a Small World, and you could just see her. She was starting to get tired and everything like that, and she was just, you could tell something was wrong, but yet she was fighting it, like just kind of smiling and stuff. And they ended up taking her back before the Paint the Night parade came on, and that's when they called us and said she just got sick, and she's running a fever and everything, and it's like, ay. So after that, we went back to the room and checked on her, and they were giving her medicine. Angel kept Ubering stuff.
There was a nurse at the hotel that they were able to call and talk to, so I thought that was pretty very well convenient.
Yes,
that they were able to call the nurse on the camp or on the
resort.
The resort, and she was helping them, guiding them through what to do, what it could be. Honestly, we had just had dinner, and then she went on all those rides, and then I think it was too much. Bad combination of us. We didn't think them through because we didn't think they were that jerky. But when we sat there and compared children's rides at Disney versus California Adventures, we're like, the California Adventures ones are a little bit smoother. They're not as jerky compared to the Disneyland ones. And so even the teacups, we did not spin very fast, but just that little bit for her. It was too much.
So that was hard. And it kind of, I don't want to say it ruined the trip because we still had fun. and even Ashley, she they're like, we still had fun. It wasn't bad because Tuesday was the day that Angel and I went to Uga's cantina, and we had our drinks and a little appetizer. And that was really good. Everything was good there. We got cups, to remember. So, because that's what he wanted. He wanted that. I was like, okay. So, but yeah, no, it was kind of hard. So the next day we ended up canceling it because he was really worried about Anna. So, which is understandable. So we only got to do the cantina the one time, but that was okay.
It's a good experience.
It is, and we had done it last time we were there. But the Paint the Night, that parade was really cool.
At the time, I did not know that my niece was sick. The music was quite loud, and Mom said something about they don't have the ticket, and I'm like, I don't understand. So I'm just standing there jamming out, and we were towards the tail end because we went to the 10:30 parade, and there was nobody there. It was great. And so we got to have more interactions with the parade, the floats, the people there. I'm only used to interacting with the people on the floats, Tinkerbell, Peter Pan, all those characters. But the people that were carrying the little jellyfish and the little spinner things right after Mickey, and they were interacting with us too. And I was like, oh, this is so cool. Like anybody that waves at you. So for me, not knowing that my niece was sick, this was a very cool parade, and being able to see all the lights, it really did remind me of the Main Street Electrical Parade.
Yes.
And so we got to see when Goofy and the Donald and Minnie got to ride around on their little things. It looked just like the little bugs from Main Street Electrical Parade. So I was like, oh, this is so cool.
And it still had a touch of that music because every once in a while you'd hear that, the hoedown or something. I can't remember what it's called, but you would hear that song and it's like, yes. It's like old times. So yeah, that was pretty cool.
It was worth staying up.
Yeah.
Sorry, just a second.
What? Were they talking about Country Bear Jamboree or something else?
No, from the Main Street Electrical Parade, soundtrack.
Gotcha.
I do miss the Country Bear Jamboree.
Well, it's at Disney World.
Is it really? There you go. Good to know. Good to know.
Mm-hmm.
We have to do that.
It's a lot better now. They completely renovated it. It's a lot more funny now.
It's still got the charm.
Yeah.
But they updated it.
That's pretty cool.
So, with her being sick, what happened on Wednesday?
So that was mostly a day. It was difficult because we're like, do we stay here? Do we support them? Do we go out and go into ours? That we were really torn on that.
Yeah.
So what we decided to do, that was our early entry into California Adventures. Mom and I were like, we're going to go out. We're up early anyways. We're going to go enjoy some rides. We'll come back to the hotel. If Ashley and Angel want to go out, we'll watch Anna. We'll take care of her. We'll switch off. So Mom and I, this was the day that we really got to utilize our Lightning Lane passes. And so we've got a much better understanding of it. So now that everybody was able to get in the park, it wasn't raining. We were able to utilize it so much better. Yeah. So we got to ride the Cars ride. That was the first one we got in line for when it came to Disney California Adventures. So we got to ride that. We got to ride Soarin' Over California, which was one we did a Lightning Lane pass for.
Monsters, yeah.
Monsters we got to ride.
We did a Lightning Lane for Monsters too after we did Soaring. We got on the thing for Monsters.
It was just back to back to back of rides.
Yeah.
So then we park hopped over back to Disneyland and we got to get some pictures. I really wanted to ride the Jungle Cruise. So we got to do that. So that was really fun. The gentlemen on our boat, they are always hilarious, but you could not hear him.
He had a mask on. And so you couldn't quite hear him clearly. Every once in a while I'd catch what he'd say, and then other times it was just mumbling. So,
but yeah, that's the day that I kind of went solo because I have not ridden Mr. Toad's Wild Ride in years. And so I was like, I want to ride that ride. So my mom went back to go check on Anna and see if Ashley and Angel wanted to come out. So that's when I went solo, and I got to ride all the ones in Fantasyland. So Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, I got to ride Snow White. I tried to get on as a single rider for Space Mountain, and I don't know how long the people in front of me were waiting, but we had not budged. And I actually had a lightning lane pass for Mickey's Runaway Train Ride. And
Railroad.
There we go. I cannot remember the name. I know it's Mickey and Minnie Runaway something. It's the train that goes a mess. But yeah, I had a pass for that one. And when I looked at my time frame, the ride had been shut down. So I'm like, okay, well, I have an hour to see if it'll open back up, if I can still utilize my lightning lane pass. So that's when I waited in line for Space Mountain. It had used up 45 minutes from the lightning lane start time had passed by, and I was still waiting for Space Mountain. And I'm like, okay, the train ride is open. I don't want to keep waiting, and I don't want to lose my lightning lane pass. I love Space Mountain, but we have not moved in several minutes. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to just take my chances, lose my chance to ride Space Mountain. I got to get on the Runaway
Railroad.
Thank you.
I'm going to call it the trail from now on.
Yeah. For me to help remember it, I just call it the MR because it's Mickey's Runaway Railway.
Yeah.
I like that. I cannot. But I was actually able to get right on that ride. And so it was really cool going back and watching it for myself. Was pretty cool. I got to notice something we didn't see before was in one of the rooms where they're at the fair before the tornado hits you. Donald drew glasses. They were mustard glasses. Yes. And I thought that was just the funniest thing. So it was pretty cool. I didn't like being by myself, but I did want to hit some of those rides. And because of, my niece getting sick, I was like, well, it stinks. Let me go on these and then I'll come back and help. And Ashley and Angel didn't end up leaving their room till a little bit later. So even though Mom went up there, they were still in the hotel room. So by the time that I got up there, that's when Ashley and Angel decided to go out.
Yeah. I had taken a nap, so
yeah. So it went.
It's crazy because I'm, with my parents living out there, we'd go out there, we'd spend time with them, and we'd go to the parks. We did the 3-day park hopper. We'd stay out there for 2 weeks, so we'd kind of like break it up. Okay, this day we're going to the park. This day we're going, and this day, it's like. And that was 6 years ago. 2019 was the last time that we went. And I'm like, okay, I'm a little older. It's like, but it was just being there by the hotel, was so hugely helpful. It was a huge difference. Cause before we used to just go from opening to closing. Right. And, we'd go out downtown Disney to go have a bite to eat, to get away for a little bit. But being able to go up to the room, I was like, man, this is so nice. It's just really nice.
The convenience.
Oh yeah. Even me coming into this trip, I told my family, I said, y'all can go rest. Y'all can take naps, whatever. I don't care. I am there from morning till closing. That's how it's going to happen. It did not happen like that at all. And I think that was something that was different for us, is we're not used to going to the park in such a short amount of time and doing it back to back the way that we did. So we didn't feel like we had to hit, like we could come up and take a break for a couple of hours and go back down. We were still able to hit the rides we wanted. We were still able to see the shows that we wanted. So it was we didn't get to hit everything because Anna got sick in the rain, but we got to hit mostly everything we wanted. So I call that a win.
Yeah. And something that we forgot to mention was when we did do the Mickey's Runaway Railroad, that's a mouthful. When we ran with all of us, they said when we got to the Daisy part where she's doing the like conga thing, it's like Angel had Anna on his lap on all the rides, and she was just like bopping back and forth. So she did love that room.
Yeah.
So it is a fun ride, and I would have loved to have ridden it again, but yeah, and it's life happens, and what are you going to do? We've all been there where we've all been sick at one point or another at Disneyland.
We all even talked about it. Yeah, we've been sick at Disney.
Yeah, I was a kid, and one of my best friends, her mom took us. Well, she didn't drive, so we took the bus, and that was before they were AC'd, and they just had all that fumes coming inside, and that ended up making me nauseous. So my parents had to come get me at Knott's Berry Farm because she took us there to eat dinner, and I was like, yeah, nope. So, I mean, we've all been there. So what are you going to do? It's life.
Yeah.
So, but we made the best of it that we could, and still let them have their time to go out and, go have fun.
Anytime we went in the park, Ashley texted us churros. Bring back churros.
It's all about the churros.
And which day are we on?
We're on Wednesday.
Wednesday.
On Wednesday.
Okay, so I will say on Wednesday, because that was our last day to get into both parks. She was loaning, she was being alone by herself in the parks, going on the rides, and I was waiting for them to go, to leave. And while I'm waiting for them, I'm like, you know what? I feel like a frozen banana. I haven't had a frozen banana this entire time. So I went in and I said, hey, I'm going to run down to get a frozen banana. I said, do you guys want anything? And Ashley's churro. So I just left all my stuff in the room. I had my little pass key, and my money.
Yep.
Went right into Disney California Adventures to get my frozen banana.
There you go.
So it was, I'm like, I don't want to get back to reality. I kind of like this. So, yeah. So, yeah, we did end up staying. That was the night that we stayed at Disneyland.
That was California Adventures. So we let Ashley and Angel go out. And then once they came back, we ended up going back down because we had the Lamplight Lounge reservation.
That's right.
And so since I wasn't going to be there for Oogie Boogie, I really wanted to see everything lit up, especially Cars Land. Because anytime we watch Cars, we all are like, we want to go back to Disneyland and go see everything.
Yeah.
So I got to see, we actually happened to stumble upon Mater dressed as his vampire. And he was getting ready to leave. Lightning McQueen was coming down the street. So I got to do a quick selfie with both of them.
Oh, fun.
Nice.
Oh, I geeked out. Mater's my favorite. Was a child again.
I can't speak for Kirsten, but Lamplight Lounge is our favorite eatery at Disneyland.
DCA.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah, it was really good. I can't remember our waiter's name.
I don't remember.
But we did ask, if we could get viewing for the World of Color. And he goes, well, if these people leave, he goes, I'll make sure you get that. They did end up leaving right before, and we're like, can we move? Because my sister joined us there. And he's like, yeah, come on, move. So we did. We sat over there. It was chilly that night. And I still had my jacket, which it does tend to get a little cooler, during the fall months, in the evenings. Even during summer, it can get cooler, not always, but so it was kind of nice for it to cool down. But then we had the misting water. It was super. But it has changed since I was last there, because 2019 again is the last time that I was there and I saw it. And they used to have it was more Disney and Pixar, where they showed clips of like The Lion King and Little Mermaid and all of those. And this time around, it was the Inside Out too, the feelings and all that stuff. So it's kind of like, it was. We missed the Disney, the older ones. So, but Carmen got to see it. I did.
That is a special one for the 70th. So it'll go away.
Okay. That's good to know, because we did get to vote on
it again. Yeah. While we were there, we got notified through the Disneyland app that you get to vote which of the feelings would you like to see as a special appearance. And so I voted Anger because he's my favorite. I don't actually know who the guest appearance was. I couldn't tell you. My guess is Anger, because he showed up and then all these flames just came up.
Then that was
yeah.
yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
That was him. Yay, my vote won.
Yay. Because it was kind of hard to see
Where
the
we
side,
sat.
where the water
Okay.
missed, and it shows you could kind of, some of them you could make out, and some of them you're like sitting there going, wait, what are we seeing? But I actually just enjoyed the waters coming up and down and seeing all that. So
The lights and
yeah. But it was nice being able to sit there and watch it.
we did learn though, because we did not realize that as soon as World of Color is over, they want you out of the park.
Yeah.
So we all stopped to use the restroom. My aunt was the last one in. We're kind of looking at the restaurant, just waiting for her. We're not going to leave her. And security guard comes down the stairs and is like, y'all ready to go? And we're like, we're waiting on somebody, but yes, we're going to head out. And so we're walking out of the park. There's like nobody around us. You're seeing security and all these other people. Did not realize that they closed right after. And so they made us, like, the way that they were treating this, it made it seem like it was 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock, whatever time they closed.
It was 10,
10, and it was only 9:45. And I'm like, I've got 15 minutes. Like, I'm not ready to leave yet. I want to get pictures. And so we were able to get last minute pictures of, what is that?
Oh,
The theater where they display Oogie Boogie.
at Carthay Circle. It's that theater. It's like got the bell tower up there.
Yes.
So I got pictures of that. I got to go see the statue of the Headless Horseman once more lit up. And then we headed to our rooms, and that was my official last night at both parks.
Yeah. And I mean, we talked about going over to Disneyland to watch the Paint the Night, because we could have. But I wasn't wearing the right socks. I was wearing really thin socks on Sunday, and they kept twisting in my shoes and stuff like that. And I did end up getting blisters, which it was a first for me. I've never had that happen to me at Disneyland because I've always had the better socks. So that was another thing we picked up when we went to Target, was I got thicker socks. So I was kind of dealing with that all week. And I'm like going, okay, this never happened to me. But I did tell her, I said, hey, if you want to go, we could have. And she didn't realize I was serious about it, but it was probably best that we went back up to the room because we had a full day and everything. So we just kind of chilled up in the room and just went to bed.
Yeah, we got to sleep some more and
got ready. What was our
being
Thursday?
on the go? Breakfast story.
Storytellers.
Yeah.
That
So it was
pretty
nice
cool.
to go back, shower, kind of relax a little bit.
Warm up.
Yes, it was a little chilly. I was content. But yeah, I know she was cold. So.
I was cold, which is really unusual for me. But
So the next day we had our breakfast at the Storytellers Cafe, and that one was actually pretty cool. Anna, she loves seeing the characters from afar. Every time we walked past Storytellers Cafe, she'd always point. We're like, wave to Mickey, wave to Clarabelle, wave to Pluto, and all these.
her favorite was Pluto.
Her favorite was Pluto until we got into Storytellers Breakfast, and then she realized she doesn't like them up close.
Far away, it's like, oh look.
She gets so excited.
Yeah.
But it was really cool. The characters really interacted with us again. I think our favorite one, it was Dale. Dale was the one that as soon as he came by, rested his hands on Angel's head, was turning him into a moose by putting his paws on top of his head, making antlers. It was so funny. And he was trying to cheer Anna up because he could see that Anna was just kind of not having it. And he was trying to be silly, and he even went to sign the autograph book, and he tried to take away the pen. And Angel's like, no, we need that pen back. And he did nope, he wanted to take it. So even when they did the parade around the restaurant, Dale came right back around, took the pen off the table.
So and she did enjoy, like we said, from afar she liked them, but when they were up close, it was like no, totally different story. So,
but the food there was incredible. The service was incredible. The gentleman that helped us, his name was Daniel, and he would answer our questions about the parks. He was giving us some insider tips on things to look out for. And he just constantly, service was great. If we needed anything, he made sure we had it in time. So I was incredible.
Yeah.
So, but that night, that's when they went to Oogie Boogie. I actually took advantage of the Tenaya Spa there.
Okay.
So I was really impressed with that. I went in, my appointment was at, I think 4:00, but I was able to get in there earlier. They said get in there about 30 minutes prior. So I did. I left my hotel room around 3:15, got there by 3:20, and they took me right back in. They had a bowl of different stones that you could choose from to start your journey. And so I picked a stone, and you got to walk through these doors that had like wooden circles on them. So go through, and they're talking so softly. They had a big, ginormous Tenaya stone. I don't remember the story behind it, but she was giving me all this information. I was trying to take in all the sights because it was just beautiful. They made it look like it was an actual forest. But I went in there. They took me to the women's locker room. They gave me a robe, some slippers. They had a steam room that was infused with eucalyptus that I got to take advantage of. And then after that, there was a lounge area where they had different waters and different treats. They had cookies and brownies and things that we got to enjoy. And then when I got called back, I got a hot stone massage.
Okay.
So that was, you got to choose from 3 different music playlists. One of them was native chants and nature sounds. The second one was nature sounds and piano music. And the third was just piano music that was Disney themed. So it was very relaxing. If she was working too hard or whatever, I could tell her, and, she listened. And so it was a really cool experience. It was a great night for me to just kind of decompress and relax for a little bit. Right after that, I took advantage of going across the street to Wetzel's and using my discount there because I got to stay on property. So I went there, came back up to the room. I got to read my book and sit on the balcony, eat my Wetzel's, and just have a really chill night while they got to go have fun at Oogie Boogie.
Yep. I'm glad you got your pretzels.
Me too. I got 2 frozen lemonades. One, my glucose was low, so it saved me. But that time, that was just for fun. So I got to have it.
So the Oogie Boogie Bash, we went in at 3, because we could get in early. So we went in there. It was Ashley, Angel, Anna, and myself. We kind of walked around a little bit. They wanted to go on the cars. I can't think of what the rides, the Radiator Springs.
Radiator Racers.
And so did he end up getting on it? I don't know if Angel ended up getting on it because I think it broke down. But I mean, it was like, you could tell Anna just wasn't feeling it. So it was like, we ended up, actually, I take that back. Ashley and Angel both did get to get on Radiator Racers. Okay. So Becky, my sister Becky, and I, we had her for a little bit. And so, we ended up taking her back to the hotel room so that they could get on it and ride the rides. And then when they got off it, they went up to the hotel room, and Ashley and I just went downstairs because Anna was still a little tired. So we didn't check out all the spots where you can go like get the candy and all that. But we did just kind of walk around. We rode a few rides. And so that's kind of like where I was like going, okay, I kind of wanted to check things out, but didn't really get to. The line for the villains, oh my gosh, that was such a long line. And that was the one that was over, let me see, I'm getting the map out. Yeah. There it is. It's like, I can't figure this out. It's the one, it was the Villains Grove.
Grove.
The Villains Grove. That one had the long line, and we walked past it, and I was like, okay. But we did get to see the Sanderson sisters, which was Clarabelle, Minnie, and Daisy.
Yes.
And because we went on the jellyfish ride, and then we were kind of like walking around, and we saw Luca over there on the pier, so we got our picture with him. And we went over to San Francisco and had a bite to eat.
Which good over there.
I'm sorry?
There's good food over there.
There is. We tried the birria. Birria tacos.
Yeah, better than me.
Yeah, those were actually really good. I only ate the one because I was like, whoa, I don't trust it. I know my stomach. But the beans were good too. So we did that, and then we went over, and right about the time, because I'm like, oh, the line is short for the Sanderson sisters because it was long earlier. I said, let's go get in line. Well, about that time they were going to start the parade. So they had left, and they go, they'll be back in like 20 or 30 minutes. And we're like, we'll just stay here and wait. So we ended up getting second in line and getting our pictures done with them. And then we just kind of walked around and checked things out. So I didn't really get to do the trick or treat trails. So I would have liked to have done that. But if we do this again, we'll probably do this again. And,
we know what to look for.
Yeah. Anna will be a little older. So, yeah. So that will probably help a little bit.
Yeah.
But, just seeing some of the characters, because as we went by over there where they have the Toy Story ride, it was Syndrome. Syndrome was out. It seemed like he was just insulting people left and right. And then when we were in San Francisco, it was the villain from Big Hero. God, what's the Big Hero?
Who is that? Big Hero 6.
Yes, Big Hero 6. Thank you. I wanted to say 8, and I knew it wasn't 8.
Who's that villain?
I can't. What's his name?
I can't remember. Let me look it up.
Can't remember.
So he was over in that area. And those were a few of the villains that we saw. Who's the villain from Big Hero 6? What they're looking
That's what we're looking up. I can't remember his name. I can describe him.
Yeah, he's got the mask. He walks around with all the magnets.
His name is Yokai.
Yokai.
Yeah. Oh, Yokai. Okay. It does say Yokai. Yokai Treat Trail. I didn't know that was his name. Yeah. So
I don't think they ever said it in the movie, or maybe they did once in the movie. So
they call him something else.
I've never seen it.
Yeah, they call him by his professor's name. So that's pretty much all we did. We just kind of walked around, checked things out. So it was kind of cool. It was pretty cool, seeing everything all Halloweened up and everything, watching, because we got to see the parade from where we were standing waiting for the Sanderson sisters. So that was pretty cool. That in and of itself, the Haunted Mansion float that they had like the people dancing. You could see them dancing because it was almost like they had a screen and they were kind of like projecting it onto the screens, and then all of a sudden you'd see like the spirits going up. So they really did a good job of it. Yeah. So it was really cool. I wouldn't mind doing it again. Hopefully when Anna gets a little older and stuff like that, and we can kind of have a little more fun and be together as a family. But I know Ashley enjoyed it because she got out of the hotel room for a little bit. So
she needed to.
Yeah, she needed to. So
did you make it over to the Hollywood side where like Oogie Boogie was?
We did not. Did not, because Ashley was looking for a certain sweatshirt.
Okay.
Was she? Yeah, and we went into one of the stores to see if they had it, and they didn't. So it was like we ended up just going back to the room.
Gotcha.
So we didn't stay
back to Villains Grove.
No, we didn't. We did see Megra. She was over there by the Grizzly Rapids. But yeah, we saw Megra. So it was really cool seeing all the different characters that they had out and about. So, and we probably could have done the Villains Grove because the line wasn't as long. Right. But I felt bad because Angel was with Anna and Ashley was like, eh.
She's like, I've been there all day.
Yeah.
That's exactly what she's thinking.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, so that was how we ended. We just kind of like walked around a little bit, checked things out, and it was really cool seeing it at night. And all
The
the
good thing is the Oogie Boogie doesn't change a whole lot. The Oogie Boogie Bash doesn't change a whole lot year to year. They'll switch out some villains, but for the most part, it stays the same. So like if you go back in a couple of years, it's pretty much the same.
Okay. Ooh, that's good. That's good to know. Yeah, because she was in the pictures with the Sanderson sisters. I'm like doing all these different poses, and Ashley's just the same.
If you have a good photographer that tells you what to do, you're golden. If you're not, Ashley and I just are like, smile.
Yeah, and I think they're just trying to get people through so fast that they're not sitting there. Okay, now do this pose. Now second, because they were doing okay, second picture. Okay, third picture. And I'm just like, okay, we're gonna work it.
We have pictures where our daughter's not even looking. Like sometimes I wish they would just kind of pause for a second so I could say, look at that black dot.
Yes. Yes.
Here.
Yeah. Well, even one of the Luca ones, Ashley has her eyes closed.
We have her eyes closed in almost every kind of photo. She has at least one in every event we did.
We have a photo of us in front of, I know it's not Disneyland, but Disney Castle, and is really mad and looking down at the ground, and all you can see is the top of her head with her hair draped over. But it's a great picture of Kirsten and I.
Well, that's all that matters.
It's a beautiful picture.
That's funny.
Kids, what can you do?
What are you going to do?
They do their own thing.
Yep, they do. That's for sure. That is for sure.
Okay, so you went back to your room, rested, and the next day you were going to go to the aquarium.
Yes.
So we actually decided to treat ourselves. Ashley and Angel had room service almost daily, multiple times a day. We did not. So Mom was like, before we go to the aquarium, do you want to do some room service? And so I said, yeah. And so we ended up placing our order the night before, hung it on our door. And sure enough, they came in. We told them to come between 6:30 and 7 a.m. and they did. And we ordered oatmeal and Mickey waffles and fruit with coffee, sugar, and cream. And it was delicious. It was so nice to not have to go somewhere else and have the food brought up. The gentleman that helped us, his name was John, and he was talking to us. Again, he was giving us insights to different things around the parks. And we told him, we were like, actually, yesterday was our last day, but we'll keep that in mind for next time.
Oh, something I forgot to say. On Wednesday, we had gotten in early to Disney California Adventures, and we actually made it to where we were waiting in line. And there was this lady next to us, and she was eating a burrito, and I was like, wow, that looks really good. Where'd you get it from? And it was the grill. It was
from Craftsman's Grill, but it wasn't the restaurant side. It was where you go in and you can order right there and take it to go.
Yeah.
There you go.
So that's what we ended up doing because we were hungry, and we had ridden a few rides, and we went back to go rest and help, go let Ashley and Angel go do what they wanted to do. And so we ended up stopping there and grabbing some breakfast, and that burrito was really good. Don't ask me what was in it. It was like eggs, hash browns, and some other stuff, but it was a really good burrito. So yeah, that was really good.
It was Disney magic.
It was Disney magic.
There was a lot of Disney magic.
Yeah, but we did end up getting the room service. We got oatmeal with blueberries, and what we didn't realize was they actually put the blueberries on top of the oatmeal. And we're like, okay, this is different because usually we just have it plain, or like we'll have it with nuts. That was really good oatmeal. It was so good with the blueberries in it. It was really good. The coffee was good. The Mickey waffles. We probably should have taken the lid off when we first got them, because by the time that we took the lid off, they weren't as crunchy. So it was like,
they were still very good.
They were still very good, but it was like, darn, we missed that crunch.
Which we had Mickey waffles. If you can't, she grew up where we grew up, and she always made us Mickey waffles when we were kids. So I'm like, I'm not going to get Mickey waffles while I'm on the property. So that was my third time having Mickey waffles.
So, but it was really good. So
One of the cool things about it, I don't know if this happens with all of their room service, but we got a bowl of oranges and they give you a little card that talks about the history. So before all of that was there, it was all before Disneyland Resort was built, it was covered with orange trees. And so they gave us a little bowl to, kind of pay a little nod to their history. So that was pretty cool to see. And
Yeah.
yeah,
Very cool. I didn't know that.
I didn't either.
it was all orange groves out there.
So yeah, but everything was delicious. I felt bad because I could not finish my oatmeal because it was so much. It was so good. It was so good. But then we went to the aquarium and it was really, really cool. They do have some touch tanks there where you can, touch stingrays and sharks. That day that we went, they had a lot of schools there. And when it comes to touch tanks, kids are kids. You've got somebody saying, don't splash, don't do this, don't do that. And it's hard to manage all those groups of children because there were a lot of schools there. And so the stingrays and the sharks were a little more shy that day than I remember being. And so they were trying to mostly stay away from people's hands, which I didn't blame them. Everybody kept splashing and screaming. So that kind of startled them off a little bit. But we did get to watch a seal show, and it was sea lions and just regular seals. And so we got to watch them do different tricks. And then something that they added new, I don't know how new it is. The last time I went, I was a kid. They have a jellyfish touch tank. So it's right outside the gift shop. You have to go into the gift shop and kind of go out, the doors. I don't know what direction. But you got to pet some jellyfish, which were pretty cool. So it was really cool. It was a little bit smaller than I remember because they took away some of the exhibits and put in some different, I guess,
learning
experiences. There we go.
Like you could paint your frog and
you could have it pop up in the digital aquarium and learn about it or something like that. We didn't really get to do too much into that. But yeah, it was pretty cool. I definitely remember it. That's one of those events where I'm like, I remember it being this grand thing when I was a child and then I'm an adult and I'm like, oh.
Right.
Yeah, it was still really cool. I'd still recommend people go see it. But yeah. After that, though, that's when we went to my mom's friend's cafe, the Padaqua coffee shop. And then we actually got to go over and do Pixar Put. And so
thank you, Kirsten.
Yes, big thank you. That was really cool.
That was fun.
It was only Mom and I. And we walk in there and you're greeted by all the mini courses. And what we didn't realize, I think we got to the third hole and Mom was like, oh, did you realize that on the plate, it actually tells you a description. So the first hole was Monsters Inc. themed. And let's see. It tells you how to play, work your way through the doors to find Boo's sock. And so it had each little individual description and theme of directions per whatever movie it was. Yeah. So it was really, really fun. Some of them were very challenging. Putt in a room is probably not the safest choice for me because sometimes my swing's a little too hard. Kept bouncing my ball off of other courses.
That's funny.
She didn't hit anybody.
I did not hit that hard.
But I think
veering off course a little bit. We actually went to putt ourselves last night. We went to, well, I shouldn't say it for a podcast, but we'll delete it. We went to Putt Shack over in Addison. It's inside.
The one that you were telling us about.
Yes. And Chad did the exact same thing. So it was the last hole, and you just basically try to putt it as far as possible to get as many points to the end. Mm-hmm. And he just putted it over to the restaurant, just where he was supposed to go.
Complete overshoot. So
we had to apologize. We were like, I'm so sorry. But,
okay. Well,
I think our area.
I think the hardest one for us was Luca because you had to have it hit it up the hill and then have it bank off so that it would go to the right, so it would go down through the village. And
wow.
that was really hard to do because I'm like, it's like you're trying to get the strength to get it up and to bank, but it's like you're hitting it and it's just going off the course.
You have to hit it with enough force, but every time I did it, it kept bouncing out. So I knew I lost that hole. So I'm like, we're dropping it from the village and I'll hit it from there.
So what you're saying is you need to practice before you get a Pixar putt.
Yeah, if you take sports a little too hard like me, definitely just keep in mind you're indoors, you're not outdoors. I guess even outdoors I should be careful,
Yeah.
but
it was fun. That was really cool to see. They had 18 holes.
yeah.
The last one is up. And so they do this thing where you have to putt into the house and then they move the house over. They literally lift the house up and move it over and then put it
Paradise
down
Falls.
and to Paradise Falls, right? And then the balls go out and then you got to hit it from there. Hopefully you get a hole in one. If you don't, it is what it is, but yeah.
The other cool course was cars because the course, it's got the lightning symbol that McQueen has on his side, and then it's got the number 95. So there's two options. You can either go around the number 95 or you can shoot it up the bottom of the 9 so that it actually makes the loop of the 9 and goes straight out to 5. That was another one that was really tricky. I kept trying to do it that way and I couldn't get it. I kept bouncing it everywhere. But she did it and immediately got it through the 9 and the 5. And I'm like, I didn't even get that on video. So she had to do it a couple more times so that I could get it on video. I did get a video. No, you did.
Oh, I did?
Uh-huh. Oh. I was able to get it on video. So she was able to do it twice. I could not do it.
Yeah, that was fun. And then we checked out the Pixar hotel a little bit. We walking around the lobby and went into their gift store and we got to see Bing Bong.
Yeah.
Yes, we got our picture with him. That was really a cool looking hotel. So, yeah.
Something she noticed was one of the couches in the lobby is of Heimlich, the worm from Bug's Life, the caterpillar. Thank you, not worm. The caterpillar from Bug's Life. And so you look at the bottom of the couch and it's actually got little feet there. It's so cute.
We've stayed there, but I've missed the couch. I'm gonna have to check it out.
I will have to send you the picture because I would have overlooked it. I didn't think anything of it. So she was like, I'm sitting on Heimlich. And I looked up like, yeah, you are.
Very cool.
Yeah. So it was like, okay, do we want to try to stay here next time or do we want to do Grand Californian? And the other thing that we didn't realize was we could leave the Grand Californian and head to left and get to Pixar, the hotel that way and just cross the street, Disney Drive. Well, what we did was we went down through downtown Disney because we didn't know and made our way over to the Pixar hotel that way, which was actually kind of cool because we did see some new shops that they put up.
And we found a pumpkin. We did the pumpkin
scavenger
hunt.
we did do the pumpkin scavenger hunt.
Good.
Another pumpkin.
And so then when we're coming back, I said, I think we can get, to our hotel from here. So we crossed the street and I said, oh, that was much easier. So, but it was really cool. And then after that, because Ashley and Angel, it was their 5th anniversary that day, their 5th wedding anniversary. So they were going to get a massage. And so we were kind of like, watching our time and everything. Well, we were starting to get hungry. And so we went to the Hearthstone Lounge. And oh my gosh, the food was amazing. The service was amazing. We had sitting down and, they brought us it's the naked almonds with sea salt. And it was olives that had it was almost like a honey kind of dipping sauce to them, but it was like a little bit of a chili sauce to it too, like a chili oil.
Yeah, they had a chili oil on it. So you got a sweet and spicy kick. It wasn't too spicy. They were very good. And the almonds were like, and then we'd ordered like an appetizer, which was the chicken strips. Anywhere you went on the property, the chicken strips were amazing. It didn't matter where you went.
It was good. And that had a hot honey dipping sauce, which was, oh my God, that had a little kick to it too. It wasn't too spicy. But that was good. And then she ordered black truffle macaroni and cheese, and then I had ordered a roasted chicken, which had garlic mashed potatoes and vegetables, which were mushrooms and asparagus. And oh my gosh, it was so the chicken was tender. Everything was really good. It was really good. And then for dessert, we did it was a Biscoff cookie creme brulee.
Ooh.
It was, I don't think the creme brulee itself tasted like Biscoff cookie, but they did put Biscoff cookies on top.
Okay.
And so you got to eat that. And then I think the creme brulee had vanilla bean in it.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, you went to tap the top of the creme brulee and it cracked. It was so crunchy.
Yeah.
It was delicious. They did this big dollop. It looks like marshmallow fluff. I don't know what it was. It was delicious.
It was a whipped cream. It was a whipped cream. That was the other thing that was on our oatmeal too. They had they had some brown sugar. They had like flambe or whatever they do to it. So that caramelized. Thank you. That also had a crisp to it. It was really good. It was like, ooh. So yeah, everything that we had there, like I said, the service was amazing there. And we did set up a time for us to go, a reservation for us to go eat. So Ashley and Angel, they didn't set up a reservation, so they got theirs to go, and they said it wasn't quite the same. Their food was good, but it probably would have been better if they would have eaten there.
Okay.
Because they took theirs up to the room. They went and got their massages. They went to the store to grab some last minute stuff. And then they went and grabbed their food. So,
Gotcha.
Yeah. So, and we stayed watching Anna and watching the fireworks.
That was the second time we got to watch the fireworks show. And the first time we weren't able to I could not figure out how to get the actual music up. So the second time we got to listen to it. We had the music up ready to go. And then that's when we got to rewatch the show and hear the music with it. And it killed me because I'm like, I want to know where Zero would be at this point. And so as much as we didn't get to see like the whole thing, it was pretty cool being able to sit on the balcony and listen to the music from inside the room and see the fireworks above. It was pretty cool.
And the thing was that we would have turned the TV on at the right time. It was a channel. They have a channel that says World of Color, fireworks, so everything is labeled as to what it is.
Gotcha.
So it wasn't too hard. It was our first night there and we're trying to figure things out. So.
Had me click the select button and I couldn't figure out where select was. It was a me error. I know that. So I just threw the remote on bed. I'm like, I'm done. We're just going to watch the fireworks.
Very cool. Well, it sounds like you had a great trip.
We did. It was for being on the resort because we've never stayed on a resort before. It definitely is a different experience, and being able to take advantage of being able to stay in the hotel for a little bit, as much as I thought I wasn't gonna, it really was helpful to just kind of get off your feet for a second. But it was really fun. And we talked about doing this in maybe the next 5 years. And we keep trying to decide, do we want to stay at the same hotel? Do we want to go to a different hotel? Yeah. We really got spoiled with staying at the Grand Californian because you can just get right into Californian adventures. And that made it so nice. Everybody there at the Grand Californian really took the time to make sure that you felt heard and that you were helped, and helped truly make it a magical experience.
Yeah, that's something, Disneyland is doing away with their early entry in 2026.
Yeah.
And I keep getting people telling me like, well, it's not worth it anymore. And I see their point, but also you don't get that kind of service across the street. You just don't. And so it's something to always keep in mind. Like, yeah, you can go stay somewhere much cheaper, but what kind of service do you want?
Right.
And that's
exactly.
That is another thing we talked about is if we do this again, we don't want to leave the property because there was a lot of things to do on property that we didn't get to do, like tour the Grand Californian. I would have loved to have done that. You can tour the Disneyland hotel. Doing things like that would have been really fun. So I told them, I said, next time I want to focus. I don't want to leave the property. I just want to stay there. So I think that's something that we might look into the next time we do this so that we can check more downtown Disney or Disneyland, everything they have to offer there. Right.
People think Disneyland's small. We can knock it all out.
You really can't. No, because what we used to do was we used to hit one park one day And then we hit California Adventures the next time. And then the last time, our third day that we were there, we'd go back and forth.
The sickness probably affected kind of your plans.
It did. You know, and I mean, Friday, the day before we left, it was gorgeous. I mean, it was warm. It was the perfect temperature because you'd get this like nice cool breeze. So it was really a gorgeous day.
Mm.
And it was just like, I'm not ready to go back.
Back to reality.
I know. It was like, no, please no. But yeah.
Crazy, but the best thing to do is just plan another one. So as soon as we get home, I take a day. We call it the R&R day, where we just do nothing. And then the next day, I'm like, okay, where are we going now?
Yeah. And we're going to start saving now. We're going to start putting much money in an account, set it up for our Disney account, and just start saving now. And
the next time we go to Disneyland, we're going this summer, and we're purposely going. We're flying in and then renting a car and doing some stuff around Disneyland, because we always just go to Disneyland and then fly home.
Yeah.
So we're going to do some other stuff.
Fly into Long Beach. Yeah. So
I think that's what we're doing. I think that's our plan.
Because
Long Beach is so nice.
The rental cars are right across. I mean, you literally get off your plane, you walk in through the
airport.
The airport, it was very small. You're just outside basically. You walk over to get your luggage, and then you just walk across the street, and all the rental cars are there.
Yeah.
So it's so much easier. But yeah, no, I'll give you some restaurant names and stuff. So
well, usually my final question is, what are your plans next? But you kind of told me. So
yes. Yeah. I know we talked to my dad last night, and he was like, hey, so I'm planning on going to Europe and going to Alaska. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, when? Because we just got from Disney and I'm broke. So when? Give me a time frame. So but we're excited to do this again. And I think we would stay at the Grand Californian again. It was really cool. And as much as I'm sad that they're taking away early entry, I still think I'd want to stay at the Grand Californian.
Yeah. So
Grand Californian. Go ahead.
I was going to say, if you do stay at the Pixar Hotel, can you get into the gate that's over there to the Grand Californian, or do you have to go into another way?
They're changing it. Pixar Place used to have their own entrance kind of over to like Paradise Gardens.
Right.
That's closed. And now they go through the Grand Californian entrance. So yeah. And then Disneyland, you just walk through downtown Disney.
Right.
Good.
Oh, I was just going to say, we are so appreciative for your help and your advice. And when we needed you, we texted you, and thank you so much. This was truly a trip that as many times as we've been there, your information still was like, wow, I didn't know this. This is really cool. Like so thank you so much.
Yeah.
Of course. You're welcome.
Was not ready to get back to reality.
So wanted to do like a Sweet Life of Zach and Cody kind of thing, and just all right, we're moving this forward now.
Yep. We like the parks, but cruising is our love. I think I was mentioning that to you guys. And then every time we get off the boat, I'm always like, how much would it really be to just live on a boat? Like, just be a boater. Shaking his head like, no.
No. Yeah. And thank you for the gift card. That was so sweet of you.
Yes, thank you. And the autograph book and the pen, that was very sweet. Thank you so much.
Okay. Alrighty. Thank you guys for chatting with us.
Thank you.
Bye.
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 And that's going to wrap up our episode. Thank you very much to the Pastilla family.
Yeah, that was really fun listening to everything that they had to say about their trip. If you are wanting to plan a trip to Disneyland, both for the Halloween season or anytime in 2026, or a last minute trip for 2025, I am a travel agent and I do help clients just like them plan their magical trips. I would love to help you plan your next one. But if you enjoyed this podcast, please make sure to like, subscribe, comment, review, all those lovely things. They help us grow, help us learn, and then also help us connect with you guys. Yeah. Yeah, it was really fun talking with them and kind of learning about their trip. Obviously, I helped them plan their trip, but then once they're on their trip, I communicate, make sure they're doing good. But it's always nice to wrap up with them and see how things went and things that they learned. So that's always really fun. As a reminder, I am a travel agent and I do help people plan their magical trips. So if you'd like to plan with me, I'd love for you to reach out. We are looking all the way to 2026 for Disney and Universal. And then I also do Royal Caribbean that's already booking out to 2027.
Make sure to like and subscribe on YouTube. Be sure to follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Feel free to reach out to us. Our contact information via email is in pretty much all of our social media profiles.
Make sure to leave a review and a rating. That helps our show grow. And if you've enjoyed this podcast, please make sure to share with your fellow friends.
That's been Ports and Palaces Podcast. I am Chad.
And I'm Kirsten. Happy travels from all your ports to palaces.